I think I'm live. I think I'm live. I haven't done this in a really long time. I haven't really been on YouTube that much. And so maybe no one will join this. I don't announce these prior, and actually, most people are probably hanging out with their families, so maybe I will be alone here. But I wanted to come on and say hi because I haven't been making a ton of YouTube videos lately. I have been putting more time and effort into the X platform just because I make a lot more money on X. So it sort of incentivizes you to spend a lot of time on the platform. And I feel like X slash Twitter, I still kind of want to just call it Twitter, doesn't really incentivize long form content. And yeah, but I might start doing videos on how much money I have been able to make on X, but I'm not done with YouTube. I just haven't found the time to make a video in a while. And I have been busy. Yes. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Hello to my Jews and Christians and whoever else you are. I'm actually not super religious myself. Are you guys religious? But yeah, I have nothing planned for this. I just am at home. I just got back from my parents dragged me to some little holiday party and it was quite boring, so I left. And I think I'm gonna get drinks in a couple of hours or in maybe an hour. But for now, I'm at home doing nothing. I don't even know if bars are open on Christmas Eve, but what are you guys up to this Christmas? What have you guys been up to? And is there anything particular you would like me to make videos on? It's much more easy for me to just do these live streams because I enjoy just hanging out and chatting with people. And like picking a new video topic takes quite a bit of time. I guess I could just cover more crime. Hi, happy Hanukkah. Hi from Australia. Hello. Hello from down under, or not from down under. Hello to down under. Um, Sydney bars are big on Christmas Eve. Everyone gets drunk. Oh, I don't. So I'm in Las Vegas right now, and I don't know if bars are big here on Christmas Eve, but I might try to check it out. Um, yeah, I love doing live streams. I like just hanging out with people and like feeling like I'm becoming friends with them. Sorry, I'm getting little tiny baby rashes some places on my face. But yeah, live streams are way more fun for me than making full YouTube videos, but I need to start making more YouTube videos and I have been spending more time on Twitter just because um I don't know if you guys are aware. I think this was like a change that like I think Elon put into place in the past year or so, but you can get paid just to tweet basically. You get paid based on your engagement if you've reached certain benchmarks, such as 5 million impressions on your tweets and 2,000 verified followers. So there's a few benchmarks that you can get paid. And I have a bigger following on Twitter. I have about 300 something thousand on Twitter. So I make a lot more money there. So I'm more incentivized to put more time there. But something that I've been thinking about lately is that like I make more money on Twitter, but I basically have to be on Twitter 24/7. And if I'm not on Twitter, you get paid out every 2 weeks. If I'm not on Twitter basically 24/7, like my payouts will drop. And it's caused sort of this unhealthy addiction. And also I think that Twitter, the things you post on Twitter are much more fleeting than they are on YouTube. Like I have my SBF interviews here on YouTube. And I feel like people can still sometimes go back and search for an SBF interview and maybe mine will come up. So it's sort of more evergreen. Whereas I feel like if I tweet something, it'll, maybe be popular for 24 hours, but then people just forget about it and it's not really searchable. So I'm kind of thinking about putting more time into YouTube again. Just trying to think about how to best use my time. So if there's anything you want me to make videos on, let me know. I can also even make videos on how to get paid for tweeting because it's been quite lucrative. Um, but yeah, do any of you guys actually use Twitter? Because I feel like most of my in real life friends that have actual lives don't use Twitter at all. And I personally didn't used to use Twitter at all. I started only using it because it was where all the crypto people basically lived when I was covering Celsius and FTX. But most of my in real life friends don't really use Twitter. So I'm kind of curious if you guys use it or not. And let's see, reading some comments. Spending money on the kids. Um, mm, mm, mm. You have zero point 0.3 Bitcoin. How much will it be worth in 2035? I don't fucking know. But I hope that Bitcoin gets back over 100K. I see that the betting markets like Polymarket and Kalshi like say that there's, like a 79% chance it gets back over 100K this year before the end of the year. But I don't know how high it'll go. We'll see. I hope it keeps going crazy. And no, you don't need Elon to follow you to get engagement. But did I send a holiday card to SBF? I did message him like a week or so ago and just ask how he was doing, but he didn't respond. So I don't know how he's doing honestly right now. Um, you use it, but you have no in real life friends who use it. Yeah, same with me. Am I going to go back to reporting on financial news? Yeah, I don't really. See, I reported on the Celsius and FTX stories because I had personal ties to them. I lost 3.1 Bitcoins and 11.6 ETH to Celsius, which is why I gave a shit about it. And then SBF started following me on Twitter, so I had a personal tie with him. So then him giving me interviews kind of made me be like, okay, I'm going to start covering FTX. But like regarding just chasing down random financial stories, I don't really care. I don't like spend my days reading financial news, to be totally honest. So I don't really know what to make videos on at this point. Is there anything you would like me to make videos on? Um, Sorry, I'm reading some comments. You just use Twitter to stay in touch with other software developers. You have a real life. Yeah. Um, Someone says they see Bitcoin getting to 250K in 2025. That would be nice. I have a decent amount of crypto. Oh, thank you, Manav. Thank you for the super chat. What are my thoughts on Canadian politics? I mean, I don't get in that deep on Canadian politics. I heard that Justin Trudeau is considering leaving and I mean, or resigning. Probably probably for the best, but I also honestly don't have like really intense thoughts on Canadian politics. I know the sentiment on Justin Trudeau seems to be generally negative, and I know that Donald Trump makes lots of jokes about buying Canada as the 51st state of America, which I do find that joke entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, because I am American. So, um, thank you, Mario. Any good with tech news? Like, what kind of tech news? I guess I could. Um, I'm not really sure what I want to make videos about anymore. Some people want me to do videos on the Luigi Mangione stuff. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do. Do you guys know who that Brian Johnson guy is? He's the guy who does that don't die stuff. Like he's trying not to die and he's spending so much money trying not to ever die and like running tests on himself and doing lots of like weird experiments. He sent me like his we talked on the phone and he sent me like this like 5-day sleep challenge plan. Maybe I'll do a video on it, but um I'm not sure what to do videos on. Jews and Chinese restaurants on Christmas is it? Christmas Day is a long tradition. Yeah, I was thinking about meeting up with my Jewish friend later today. I might. Um, oh, you miss my commentary so much. Well, thank you. Yeah, let me know what things you'd want me to make videos on. What can I talk about Martin Shkreli? I mean, is something happening with Martin Shkreli right now to talk about? I don't really follow him. Uh, the FTX crypto explainer. Yes. Um, yeah, Brian Johnson seems like a really good guy. I just tweeted that I was having trouble sleeping and he like gave me a phone call and was like, "Let me give you like a 5-step plan to get better sleep." And he challenged me to do it for 5 days. I said I was gonna, and I think I did it for like one day. And then I had friends in town and they wanted to go drinking and I ruined the plan. So maybe I need to set aside another 5 days. Also, someone that follows me on Twitter or subscribes to me on Twitter told me they can get me into the inauguration. Should I go do that? Should I do a little vlog on the inauguration? I'm not sure. Um, let's see. More Biden, more make videos on the Biden crew who kept his condition secret. You'd invest in Solana, but you had a dream about. Did you invest in Solana? I mean, everyone's buying Solana shit coins and like pump funds right now. So maybe it's a smart investment. I don't know. It seems like that stuff is going crazy. My most recent ex-boyfriend is really big on trading. I'm going through a breakup right now. So I'm not in the highest of spirits. This is kind of like going back to when I started my YouTube channel, I was going through a breakup, and now I'm back to going through a breakup, to being in breakup mode. I'm not wording this very well. What is his sleep plan? Yeah, I mean, I can make maybe a full video on his sleep plan. That could be nice. Um, oh yeah, Brian does have a documentary coming out with Netflix. Good for Brian. He's a pimp. Tiffany Henyard saga. I have not looked into that at all, to be honest. That's why I'm back here because I'm single. Partially. So since I'm single, I'm going through a bit of an existential crisis right now. So I feel like this happens every time I go through a breakup. And the last time I just filled my time covering Celsius and FTX. And yeah, now we're broken up again. Or not same, different guy, but same feeling. It's like Jerry Springer politics. That's funny. OnlyFans? Nope. Never had an OnlyFans. Never will have an OnlyFans. You've given up. I need to quit vaping. Maybe I should start a no vaping challenge for myself and do a video on it. I don't know. Um, let's see. Use you as your toilet paper. Use you as my toilet paper. Ew. And as long as I'm vaping, I'm still gonna vape in my videos. I think it's stupid that people get so mad when I vape in my videos. But I'm gonna if I am still vaping. But I do need to quit eventually because I want to have kids. And I'd also like to freeze my eggs at some point because now I'm going through a breakup and I'm like, oh God. um, you're 3 months into a relationship with a new girlfriend. Good for you. Good for you. How did you meet your new girlfriend? How did any of you guys meet your most recent significant others? Just curious. Who's Nate Dog? I literally have no fucking clue who that is, so definitely not. What's my hair care routine? Uh, I literally use Trader Joe's, the 3-in-1. It's like body wash and conditioner and shampoo. I use Trader Joe's, like the big tub of body wash slash shampoo as my shampoo, and then I use It's a 10 conditioner, hair mask, and then I use like argan oil from either Amazon or Target, or not Target, Amazon or Trader Joe's, um, after I shower. That's only relevant to females, and there's probably very few females in this chat, but um, you met her at when you interviewed her? What are you talking about? That doesn't even make grammatical sense, and I've definitely never met anyone named Shri. Um, so you know, me just talking about vaping to piss people off. I know I could. Do Canadians have Trader Joe's? I love Trader Joe's. I'm gonna get off this pretty soon because I'm supposed to go to drinks, but I'm just bored, so I just wanted to hop on since I haven't been on in a really long time. And you let me know what videos you want me to do. If any of you use Twitter, then my Twitter is at Tiffany Fong in the corner here. There. Uh, so let me know. And maybe I'll come back on after drinks. Maybe. We'll see. Ending the year on a sour note. Going through a breakup again. Life is hard. And you're stuck at work for 12 hours. I'm sorry, how are you watching this at work? Um, yeah, you don't have to follow me on X, but if you use it, you can. Yeah. Most of this year was good, and then we're ending on a low note. So, uh, life. Now I'm free. I don't like being free. Um, do I have Facebook? I literally don't know my Facebook password. I think I don't know my Facebook password. So if you ever see anyone using Facebook actively under my name, it's not me. There are tons of fake accounts of me floating around all over the internet. So um, I have all my actual accounts linked in the description box here. I'm looking for my other vape. Oh, thank you, Golden Sun. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm kind of going through an existential crisis right now, and I'm a little bit depressed. What, guys, okay, what do you guys do for work? And do you enjoy it? Does it bring your life meaning? I've been having existential crises even about like being on Twitter so much. So for the past few months, I've just been making money on Twitter, engagement and everything like that. But to do so, I basically have to be online every waking moment of the day. And like I've been tweeting about any breaking news story or just memes and whatever, just constantly searching for more things to tweet about because you get paid based on the engagement on your tweets. And the more tweets you put out, obviously you get more engagement. So it's been sort of like mentally exhausting and overwhelming. And also, I think about the repercussions of some things that I tweet. For example, I think that a lot of the stories that do really well are the kind of shocking, crazy, sometimes horrific stories. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys heard, but a woman was burned alive on the New York subway. I think it was the day before yesterday. And like, I retweet and make a comment on those stories, but also just spending my entire day online and just looking at like horrific story after horrific story. Another story that came out on the same day was that a 72-year-old man was shoved into the subway tracks and now needs spine surgery. Like it's spending my entire day on Twitter. The things that do well are often those shocking stories like that. And I sometimes worry about like the mental health repercussions for myself, spending all day looking at stuff like that and just, commenting on stories like that hour after hour of every waking moment of my life. I'm just sort of like, is this contributing positively to anyone's lives? Sometimes I have little not mental breakdowns, but little existential crises like that. Let me read some of your comments. But if any of you guys have thoughts on any of this, I've just been thinking through. That's part of why I was thinking about being on YouTube again more because I feel like on Twitter, you're not incentivized to make some like long form video and put it up there because then it's basically just you're getting comments on one post. Whereas if you're just on there all day looking at every single new news story and pushing things out all the time, I make a lot more money doing that. But I'm also just like, this is kind of driving me insane. And my screen time on Twitter, I saw reached 15 hours a day. My average was 15 hours a day over the past several months. And I'm like, that cannot be good for my mental health. Um, Reading comments, you just quit your job and you're just doing crypto. So are you just crypto trading right now? Because that's what my ex-boyfriend was doing. Um, I personally don't see trading as like reliable income, but I know some people end up making a lot of money doing that. So I'm not going to tell you or anyone what to do. I just personally don't trade because I feel like a lot of people you might get a win and then you get a loss and then you get a win and then you get a loss. So I'm just kind of like it's not very reliable in my mind, but if you're doing well, good for you and I'm happy for you. Um uh, Sorry. Oh, you just responded to my best Xmas present. Thank you. Yeah, if you are on Twitter, get verified. That's the way that you can make money. So you have to pay for Twitter premium, but feel free to interact with my posts. um, sorry, I'm reading comments. You're a custom picture framer. Do you enjoy it? Um, School administration, working with kids, keeps you invested and grounded in what you do. You left law and you love it. That's amazing. So I'm assuming that you make less money doing this than you did in law, but you find it much more like fulfilling, I'm assuming. I think it must be fulfilling to see actively that you're helping and changing lives, especially kids. Um, yeah, focusing on that stuff is for sure bad for your mental health. Do I find do I find myself leaning towards alt-right for talking points? I mean, well, I don't even know if I want to talk about it on YouTube because YouTube is very left-leaning, I'd say. But like I did vote for Donald Trump, which I know is very like provocative here. But I cared about it more during the election. And honestly, now that the election is over, I'm kind of like, I don't actually care about like every Trump cabinet pick, for example. Like I'm not that in deep. I'm kind of like so I feel like I don't really care to go really deep into politics. Have a drink for you. Oh, thank you, Jeremiah Ramirez. And thank you, Net Casualties, for your super chats. I really appreciate that. How do I deal with haters? Well, sometimes it depends on what people are saying. I mean, half the time people are making up absolutely completely false rumors, and I've been dealing with that from like day one. I mean, there were big rumors that I was like a Chinese spy, a federal agent, whatever, like since day one, and then like SBF related rumors, whatever. So it depends on if they're just spreading things that I know are completely false. It's somewhat, it's kind of crazy making because I know some people actually believe these things about me. But I don't know, it's kinda like, I guess it comes with the territory, so it kinda drives me a little bit crazy sometimes because 'cause I'm just like, "That's absolutely false." But I don't know, I guess I just try to move on with my day and ignore it. But I'm sure that in some, it's probably not healthy to look at so many conspiracy theories about yourself every day. Um, makes less but much happier, that's good. Um, blue light is keeping me awake, I'm gonna have an impact statement. No, I'm not gonna do an impact statement for Mashinsky, probably not. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should write an impact statement to Alex Mashinsky. That could be good. Um, yeah, every Trump pick has been very crypto friendly. Honestly, that was my most of my family leans right. I don't honestly identify with either political party. I don't call myself conservative or anything like that. I'm just sort of like, yeah, I did like that Trump was very pro crypto, and I do align with some of the values, but I don't consider myself like alt right or radically right or anything like that. Um, thank you, Danielle. You're very sweet, and it's nice to see girls on here sometimes. Am I going to cover Luigi Mangione? Um, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Haven't talked to Sam in a couple of months. Um, I don't. Let's see. Write down what's made me happy in the past and do more of that. I don't know if the things that made me happy in the past were sustainable. Like for a while, I was getting really excited being on Twitter all the time, but then I think that there are like dopamine hits, which I don't know if they're the same as happiness. Um, like I was excited watching my Twitter grow, but now I'm sort of like taking a step back and my relation I'm not in a great place since my relationship has ended. So I'm just sort of like I don't know what makes me really happy. And ultimately do want to just have like a family one day. You're amazed that I don't have a podcast. Thank you. That's really sweet. I really appreciate that. Thank you. What's the likelihood that SBF will be pardoned? I personally don't think he's going to get pardoned. I think it would be such a media disaster. Biden already is getting so much shit for how many people he's pardoned already. So I don't see him like pardoning such a high profile criminal. But who knows? He's already pardoned or commuted the sentences of 37 out of 40 inmates on death row. So let's see. Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you, Michael. Um, you doubt he'd be pardoned based on what do you mean? Are you asking if he'd be pardoned? There are rumors saying that SBF will be pardoned, but I personally just doubt it. I think it would be like a PR nightmare for him to pardon SBF. But I don't fucking know. Like, good, that'd be great for Sam if he got pardoned. I personally think that like pardoning SBF would be much less ethically wrong than commuting the sentences of death row inmates. So, what do I think the Hawk to a scam? I think that celebrities that make meme coins are fucking retarded. Oh, that's the one thing I do like about Twitter is that I can say things like that and I'm not gonna get demonetized. Here, I'm definitely gonna get demonetized for that. Um, it makes you sad that Sam is still in jail. Yeah, personally, I am like, I don't personally believe in like life sentences for nonviolent criminals, which I know people get really mad about, but whatever. Um, let's see. I do have to get off soon because I have to meet up with friends. Okay. Okay. How did I have a relationship when I was on Twitter for 15 hours a day? I mean, good question because yeah, my boyfriend did get really annoyed at me. I would go on Twitter and like tweet shit while we were watching movies together or eating dinner together, and he did get annoyed. And this is part of what, and like that wasn't the reason for our breakup, but it certainly didn't help. and it is making me rethink, like, it is not sustainable to be spending 15 hours a day on Twitter. And some of my payouts were pretty crazy. I mean, during the election cycle, I made $21,000 in 2 weeks just from tweeting. It's gone down a lot since the election. So my last payout was around like 8 or 9K. Um, but we get them every 2 weeks. So, it can be really good money. And that incentivizes you to want to keep tweeting. But for me, like mental health wise and the impact it's had on my relationships and stuff like that, I'm just sort of like rethinking it. Is it worth the money? I don't know. So just thinking about it. Anyway, I do have to go, but I love you, and it's really nice to see you guys. I'll try to do more of these. I really do enjoy doing live streams. But yeah, it sucks because yeah, you're like impressive earnings, but tough gig. And it's kind of like, yeah, I know it sounds stupid to even say tough gig just because it's like, yeah, getting paid quite a bit of money to tweet is no, I'm never gonna move to Blue Sky. I don't even think Blue Sky is monetized, so it'd be kind of pointless. But it sounds stupid to complain about that because it's literally like, tweeting, it's fun and people do it for free. But I also just I think I got too wrapped up in, like, the money and, the dopamine hits of being like, "Oh, my account is growing. Oh my god, I just made a lot of money." And I'm like, I don't think those are healthy feelings to be chasing because if I'm letting my personal life slide in the meantime, I'm kind of like, "What am I doing this all for?" So I've been having some existential crises about, like, whether or not this has been healthy or not, and maybe I just let my money slip on Twitter in the long run. I'm not sure. But I can do videos on on getting monetized on Twitter and everything. But anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate your comments. And I will try to do another one of these soon. I hope you guys are having a better end of the year than me since I am going through a breakup and I'm not the happiest. I love you. Aw, thank you for the sweet comments. Thanks, Adam. And yeah. Okay. Bye guys. Love you.